What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. I apologize for the delay. I just want to let the people know whenever I got something scheduled, I'm going to try to make it on time. But if I'm not on time, it's going to be less than 10 minutes away, people. I wouldn't have the family waiting too long. Listen, I got some major shit to talk about with the people tonight. I ain't going to play with y'all today. Pardon me. I just dropped the link. Y'all could join. We're going to be talking about Lonzo Ball and Zach Lavine today. Zach Lavine started a challenge today on Instagram. Lonzo Ball pretty much just, looked like there's a little semi-partnership going on. It seemed like it wouldn't be surprising to me if Lonzo, it's going to go down as a sign and trade. Who knows what might happen? They may clear some room in the situation today. What's the name just got hurt? Kobe White, and I see Kobe White maybe being moved due to this injury, even though it's not serious. He is a shooter and the shoulder is screwed up. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's very problematic for Flight Sports TV around here, man, because I'm not feeling the Bulls. I obviously believe Zach is definitely, like I said, reached out to Lonzo, and I'm pretty sure he's recruiting Lonzo to Chicago. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how that dynamic is going to work out. I know they got talent there. I know it. But I just think I'm not sure is that team going to acquiesce to Lonzo Ball as much as maybe other organizations could have. I believe the New York Knicks is the best fit, but I believe that the Bulls are becoming a viable option. I think the Bulls are it's like almost a 1-1 right now. It could be the Knicks or the Bulls. I think they are the front runners here. In the Lonzo Ball sweepstakes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be a cold summer. Shout out to Fabulous. But it's crazy. All this news coming out. What the hell's gonna happen? Shout out Low Key T for life. We got something coming for the people, man. We gonna. I'm waiting on Low Key T to give me the word, and then we're gonna shut this motherfucker down. You know what I mean? It's just I ain't gonna say too much. But like I stated, let's see what happens. They got point guards on this roster with the Bulls with Satoransky. You got Kobe White. I believe they have another guard as well. So I'm not sure if Lonzo did join, what would happen. I think the Bulls is more likely going to be a sign and trade because they got Larry Markin, and I could see a situation where it's a Markin and Lonzo Ball sign and trade. Shout out Low Key T. But back to what I was saying. It's gonna be crazy. The Bulls got a squad. I'm not gonna disrespect it. I like the situation. They pulled off the trade when they gave up the center that they drafted. I forgot his name. But they got damn, I forgot. It's crazy. They got the big man down from Orlando. This is the Vucevic. I didn't want to say Vujicic. These names is crazy. These dudes coming from overseas. I be getting names all screwed up around here. It's Flight Sports TV. So yeah, they got Vucevic down there. So Lonzo, Vuce, and Zach. I think that it should be the playoffs. And that team do got a little squad, especially if they can keep Kobe White. They definitely need shooters around Lonzo. They all can shoot, but the problem I see with them is defensively. What are they going to do defensively? That's why I don't see this team doing much. Even if Lonzo goes there, yeah, you may be in a better situation in New Orleans, but you got to think about the success rate. What if things don't work out? I think the only way Lonzo signs with the Bulls unless they get confirmation that Zach plans on staying. If Zach ain't staying, I think you need to really rethink the situation you're doing, because Zach's going to be a free agent next season, not this season coming up, the following. So this is going to be pretty much his final year, on this deal. He'll be a free agent at the end of next season. So, why go into a situation where you got him and then, the Lakers are looming, other teams are looming. He's going to be a target of major trades. Why do that to yourself? Why put yourself in an uncertain situation? He needs to sign that deal or he need to get some verbal confirmation that he don't plan on leaving. Because who wants to see Lonzo Ball and Vucevic? I mean, you got to think about it. I know Vuce is nice, but come on. Zach said he will take a pay cut if the team is built to win. You see, I hear that, but that all sounds good, but when it's time to do it, let's see what happens. Because there's gonna be teams that, Zach gonna be a target, especially if they strike out in free agency. Let's say they don't get Lonzo, things don't work out, the Bulls just some way find a way to fuck it up like they always do. They free agents, they be getting like young Thaddeus Young and shit like that. They don't be picking up no major pieces. Not in Chicago. They don't get nobody. They gave up some young talent, that's scattered all around the league, that they should have never did. It is what it is. The Bulls, man, they're a couple of years away from contention. I think they're missing a few pieces. I don't like this makeup of the Bulls right now. They don't have any identity. It's just Zach gonna put up the points, and he looks good, but just this team sucks. So how good is Zach, really? Not to disrespect Zach, I know he's a problem, but he's better than Brandon Ingram. But I mean, he's not on the Beal level. Is levels to this. He's not on the KD level. It's just. Uh, I guess you could say possibly a Julius Randle, a similar level to Julius. Even though we've never seen Zach in the playoffs, so I believe Zach. I don't think he get no worse than what happened with this fool in New York. It don't get no worse than this, you know. But Lonzo, man, this thing really sent shockwaves throughout the community. I'm pretty sure. I was surprised at the situation. I'm not feeling the Bulls, so I don't really like this. But I do feel Zach has intervened in Lonzo's affairs. So I do believe he's contacting Rich Paul, and I believe Chicago is emerging as one of the most viable options for Lonzo Ball. I see Lonzo possibly going to the Bulls or the Knicks, one or the other. If it's another team, I'd be shocked. But I believe Lonzo will be with the Pelicans, the Knicks, or the Bulls starting next season. Remember, you heard it here first. I'm just rooting for the Knicks. I just feel like the Knicks is the perfect option. You don't get a team like or an organization this good at top to bottom at this very moment. The Bulls is kind of in influx. That team is like you don't know what the hell is going on with that squad. That squad, it is what it is. Get in the comment section. We hearing Lonzo Ball. What is that? Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball. Lonzo to the Bulls confirmed. It ain't nothing confirmed. But it's getting there. I think things are gonna heat up for Lonzo. Lonzo ain't he gonna take over the summer. I'm telling you, especially when he signed that contract. So I could see a situation where the Pelicans give him big money, but then trade him right after. Like maybe he get the money he want from the Pelicans, and then they move him to the Bulls, and that way the Pelicans is able to accumulate some assets. I think they can go get Markkanen. I think he fits well with the Pelicans. And I think they're gonna get Kobe White or Satoransky in this deal. So you're gonna get a few pieces coming back for Lonzo. So I still don't feel they'll be any better than what's going on right now. The dude said, I've been saying Lonzo to Chicago. Yeah, I mean, you and Dave James. Shout out Dave James. He ain't in the building tonight, but, Dave's been calling Chicago for the longest. One time I thought he went to Chicago. I misread a report. I called Dave. I got Dave's number personally, Paul. So I'm like, yo, I think he just went to Chicago. He had to put me on game. Like, nah, he didn't go to Chicago. It was I misread the shit. I'm like, because I was thinking like, damn. I was like, okay, maybe they did some verbal agreement. Like, but the report just it was some hypothesis shit. It wasn't nothing edged in stone. So it is what it is. Lonzo Ball to Chicago, man. What are y'all thoughts? How does he fit with this team? Defensively, I think this is going to be a horrendous. Lonzo can't defend all 5 positions. Zach hasn't proven he wants to defend. And let's not get started with Vucevic. Kobe White doesn't defend. Markkanen doesn't defend. A couple of these people. If Lonzo goes there, I would like Lonzo just to go there and keep Markkanen. I would try to opt into his deal, let him do whatever he want to do after. Because the Bulls might be a good team if they can keep Markkanen and have Lonzo running the point. That's a lot of weapons to pass the ball to. I think they're going to run the points up. But it's just going to come down to defense, and that team ain't going to do much. Patrick Williams, Daniel Thias are good defenders. Yeah, I heard about Patrick Williams. I think the Bulls did get a decent rookie. I heard they had a he was nice, but I mean, I don't follow the Bulls like that, so maybe they are good defenders. I'm not gonna discredit that because I don't see them like that. King Buckets, you might know more than me about the Bulls. I know you know more about the Bulls than me because I don't follow them. I just keep an eye to them here and there. But the Bulls are a few seasons away from contention. I believe the Knicks are a little further ahead in their development. They both have all stars on the roster. And the Knicks are built defensively, and in this league, you need defenders all over the board. I would trade because Lonzo gonna create the offense. He gonna be wheeling and dealing pause. I'm telling you, in New York, he gonna make scores out of scores. I'm telling you, he gonna make people scores. You think RJ he can't do this, he can't do that. Give him Lonzo, see what happens. And I think Lonzo could have that effect out there in Chicago. Listen, Lonzo fits everywhere. You understand? So just to narrow it down to the Knicks and the Bulls is just doing a complete disservice. Lonzo fit all over the NBA. Pause. You could put Lonzo on the Lakers. You could put Lonzo on the Clippers. You could put Lonzo everywhere. Miami, Charlotte. There's a couple of people out here that's talking about he going to Charlotte. He going here. People are like, hey, how is he gonna fit with LaMelo? They'll figure this shit out. These are smart basketball players, man. They ain't got, they know what they're doing. Lonzo's that IQ is crazy. LaMelo Ball, his IQ is, I believe, damn near right there, isn't the same. I think Lonzo is a little better passer than LaMelo, but just a little bit better of a passer. It's not no drastic. LaMelo's, I think they'll fit perfect. You put LaMelo out there in Miami, oh man, with Bam in them and that defense, but I don't see them going for Lonzo. I see Miami looking for a little more of a veteran player. A more veteran presence in there. Chris Paul, wherever Chris Paul go, the team is gonna take it up a notch. You understand? So whoever could get Chris Paul, he seemed like he flirting where he may not be back with Phoenix. So Chris Paul might be. He need to go to LA and stop bullshitting and just go win that championship. If Chris Paul go to the Lakers, they will win the championship next season. I don't give a damn about the Nets, this, that, whatever. That would be the difference maker. Chris Paul need to take Chris Paul shuffling his teams around to teams on the cusp of contention. Like he got the Suns contending. Like, they looking like a contender. He go to the Lakers, they a championship team. You understand? You put Chris Paul, even in Miami, they a championship team because Chris Paul gonna demand shit. Sounds like Chris Paul is going to be cheap too. Yeah, they talking about just a little $100 million for Chris Paul. He just gonna get big money through like 3 years. That's gonna be a crazy contract. 3 years, $100 million. That's big cash. You feel me? That's not like 5 years, $100 million. That's really not much. I mean, well, into today's NBA, that's mega money to me and you. But I'm just saying, you know, let's see how this whole shit work out. Lonzo Ball, man. And another thing. This fucking Clippers series, it's looking like Utah ain't fooling around. Okay. I just walked away from the game. I know it looked like the Clippers were playing well tonight, but Utah just looked like they just ain't gonna lose. It's gonna take a heroic effort from Chris Paul. I mean, from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to take out the Utah Jazz. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because all of this is gonna fall back to Lonzo. Because if Kawhi Leonard decides to say, hey, I'm up out of LA, he would be the biggest free agent in the class. If he decides to stay with the Clippers, give it and run it back with them, Lonzo Ball becomes one of the most prized possessions in free agency. So all of this shit is adding up back to Lonzo, believe it or not. This series with Utah will affect Lonzo. A lot of this is going to affect Lonzo Ball. Don't ever get it twisted. Oh, if the Suns aren't able to keep CP3, they may go for Lonzo. You got that hypothesis. I've heard that from many sources. And Lonzo wanted to go to the Suns. I'm pretty sure it's mutual interest. They're gonna need to do something if Chris Paul leave. I think Chris Paul only on a 1-year deal. He ain't locked up with Phoenix. So I think Phoenix gonna want to put up the Phoenix. I think Chris Paul playing games with Phoenix. He trying to flirt around this 3 years, $100 million. What's gonna happen is Phoenix gonna fuck around and put the 5-year max on you. Like, yo, what's up? Like, I know you old, but look what you just did. I think he playing games with Phoenix right now. So look for some smoke screens with the whole CP3 situation. I think Chris Paul is just negotiating. It's master negotiation. He's a veteran. He's doing what he need to do. That's a smart play. What he doing? Going out in the media talking about he just want a 3 year, 100 million. He willing to sign that. That's what he looking for in free agency. Shit, the Suns gonna give you way more than that now. That's all you wanted? Shit. Yeah, the Suns gonna put a max on the table for Chris Paul. He gonna be making money way up there. And I think it's deserving because Chris Paul, he's been pretty healthy. I know people say this on the third. It's just in the Clippers. I mean the playoffs, that he kind of falls off a little bit. But people thought this was gonna be a major injury, but he's shooking that shit off. Paul. So I mean, it is what it is. But Lonzo Ball will be affected by all of these moves in the playoffs. A lot of teams, because I'm telling you, Kawhi Leonard is the major issue. Because no Kawhi, if Kawhi is he staying with the Clippers is on. Lonzo Ball, a team might throw the max out for Lonzo because teams are gonna be desperate. People trying to win, people trying to get better out here, man. Lonzo Ball has proven all of his percentages have went up season by season by season. If nothing else, you're gonna get a player that's gonna improve every single year. If he's not an all-star, he'll be kind of. I could see him as a budding all-star, But in the East Coast, he could make the all-star team. I think out west is gonna be crazy. In the East, I think he can make an all-star team, especially in New York City. I think if he went to Chicago and balled out, I think Zach and Vucevic is going to get all the credit unless they made it to a top 3 seed. And in the Eastern Conference, that's not too hard to do, But they're going to have to get better defense, and I'm not feeling Billy Donovan. We haven't got to the elephant in the room with Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan, I just think that he's a prime target for LeVar, Lonzo, and all of the antics that's been going on. You see the situation going on right now with Van Gundy. They're not feeling Van Gundy. And they haven't been feeling them all season, pause. And at the end of the year, the reports came out that there's a disconnect between these guys, the younger players and Van Gundy, right? So that's what I'm saying. I see Billy Donovan as another Van Gundy, Luke Walton, one of those guys, because he ain't proved shit. Oh yeah, forgot about Billy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. New York, man, they've proven to develop talent, take players who were looking all right, and then make them all-stars and Julius Randle. Not even just Julius. Look at Nerlens. You ain't know people weren't talking about Nerlens like that. Nerlens, you can't bring shit to the paint over Nerlens. Nerlens is swatting every goddamn thing. And he did a hell of a job. I'm telling you, the Knicks probably would have beat the Hawks if they would have had Mitchell Robinson. We was missing a lot of pieces. That's how Capella was able to do whatever he wanted to do. If the Knicks had Mitchell Robinson, I think shit would have changed. All that coming to the paint, nah, not over Mitch. I don't know if your people know about Mitch. Trajan should fire David Griffin, then fire Stan Van Gundy. Well, I don't think he could fire Griffin because I think he under Griffin. Shit, he got before. I'm trying to tell you, before Griffin get fired, he's gonna fire Van Gundy, fire Trajan, and then he gonna be the last to go. That's how it go. It don't. He got a couple of strikes before it's his time to go. Especially due to, the Pelicans. They just underachieving. If they keep pissing away Zion Williamson's career, his ass could be out the door a lot sooner. So look out for that. They need to do shit out there with the Pelicans, man. With Lonzo or without. Because he could still go back to the Pelicans. I know it'll be a nightmare. People don't want to see it. At the end of the day, we got to come to the conclusion. Lonzo could be playing for the Pelicans next season, dealing with the same shit he's been dealing with for the past 2 years. It could really happen. That's one of the possibilities. And it's probably the more likely possibility to happen, especially with him being a restricted free agent. See, people think he's just an unrestricted. And think as soon as free agency hit, Lonzo is on. He's restricted, so the teams are going to have to overpay. So that's why I'm looking at teams with money. I think Chicago going to have to maneuver some contracts unless he go in the office and say, hey, man, I want to sign and trade to Chicago. Because remember, they got to have his cooperation to pull off a sign and trade. I looked into it. You understand the route is he can go. He could either go and hope a team, or he could go sign with a team like the Knicks and hope they overpay. They give him like $25 a year. That way the Pelicans are scare their ass off, don't even match it, and then they be good. I think if they come out with a $20 million contract or even a $19 million contract, I think the Pelicans might match it. I think the Pelicans saying they don't want to go over 18. I think the Pelicans really don't want to go over 20. I think all it's going to take for a team to go 22, 23 for Lonzo, and that's not a lot of money in this year's NBA. in this day and age with the cap salary going up. The fans is gonna be back in the arena, revenue, everything's gonna start to go back up. You put him in the thing like New York. I think, man, that's a perfect option. I don't know what he's gonna do. So let's see. This is gonna be one of the most surprising things that happen. Wherever Lonzo go, I'm definitely gonna be a supporter all day. So and that is what it is. Nah, bro, that's not happening. Rich Paul not letting that happen. Teams will overpay after the Kobe injury. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Kobe White. You said 10. Well, you said the Kobe. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah. Well, you mean the Kobe White injury? You gotta look that down. But yeah, the Kobe White injury, man, that shit was surprising. He might be out for the first couple of weeks or maybe the first month of the season. Let's see what happens with that. So this thing gonna get crazy, So the Bulls definitely gonna be even more aggressive now, trying to get a point guard, whether it's Lonzo or someone else. I could see the Bulls getting aggressive and getting anybody. Wherever Chris Paul go, remember, they're going to be in contention if nothing else. If Chris Paul go to the Knicks, they could be playing around in the conference finals or something. Challenging in that second round, pushing the team to 6 or 7 type shit. And rolling the dice, whatever happens. That's if Chris Paul went to the Knicks. But that's only short term. Chris Paul maybe got another 2-3 more years at this level. I'm saying 2 at this level to the point where he changing the fortune of franchises. You understand? I think after 3 years, things are wind down for Chris Paul. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't say like he's out the league, but not, doing what he's doing now. I wouldn't mind Zoe on the Bulls, but the coach and that team is giving me iffy vibes. Shout out Marcel. I'm trying to tell the people. That's what I've been saying. It's definitely iffy vibes, man. That's what's giving me iffy vibes too, because I just feel like Lonzo don't need to be in another uncertain, crazy, dumb situation. Like, there's no structure to me out there in Chicago. I'm not sure. I think they just fired their front office people a few years back. They got a new front office. So I mean, let's see what happens, man. I mean, there's a lot of hypothesis going on. We just speculating at the end of the day. But today it definitely drew some antennas my way that this guy Lonzo and Zach could possibly team up, and it's looking more and more likely that it could happen. And I guess that's a good and a bad thing. Because for me, in my eyes, I'm like, okay, it's better than the Pelicans. He's finally gonna have the ball. He's gonna be in Chicago. He got some hitters to throw the ball to. But I'm thinking about all the other shit. What's going on, Dave?
Yo, are you guys seeing the Clippers playing?
I just stepped away from the TV. What's the score?
It's funny, man. Man,
What's the score?
all the Clippers fans, man. This is bad, man. It's like I
What's the
think
score?
72-58. Mitchell got
Oh
20.
damn!
I think
Oh,
Mitchell got
yeah.
27 and a half.
Let me check the TV. I just stepped away for a second.
I'm not sure. Mitchell got 27 and a half, man. That's what I know. But back to this, like, yeah, I mean, I already told y'all what's gonna happen with Lonzo. Lonzo's going to Chicago, bro. I mean, him and Zach are getting closer more in the summer. You know what I mean? So, like, man, so for all the guys that want Lonzo to go to the Knicks, let's just shut that shit up now, man. That shit ain't happening, bro. Flight, I don't know why you changed your cover for it, bro. That shit ain't happening, Flight, bro. I'm gonna just
I got talking into existence. I'm on my LeVar shit. Just like you, man. You in the lead, right? You scored today. You scored today, for the Bulls. You calling the I'm telling you, Dave, if he go to Chicago, man, you're gonna blow up.
Yeah.
If he go to New York, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, true.
Because you called it. It's gonna be like, damn, people just got to pay homage. If he go to Chicago, everybody must pay homage. Intellectually honest. Shout out intellectually honest.
Lonzo's going to Chicago, man. Like, it's pretty much, bro. What do y'all think Lonzo and Lavine talking about, man? You think they're just talking about business, man? Them niggas.
You think they're playing the game?
Yeah, them niggas is trying to talk about being potential teammates, bro. And I can see it, bro. You know what I mean? So hopefully the Bulls go get more than Lonzo and Lavine, because I don't want to see no 7th 6 seed next year. I want niggas. I won't be mad at a 6. I want people to be competing. So the Bulls.
Remember, teams gonna be getting good though. The East,
Yeah,
the
that's
East
what I'm
getting
saying, bro.
strong at the bottom. Pause. Like
So
team, the damn
facts, right?
Celtics was the
And that's
7th seed.
what I'm saying. The Bulls don't only try, like, bro. That's what I'm saying. Some of them niggas in the roster, you gotta get off that team, bro. Go free up cap space. Go get some shooting. That's what you need to go do. That should be your number one priority. Because Kobe White might not. You saw what happened with him. He might not even
Yeah,
start. He might not start the season, bro. So now you have to even go, address that point of point guard. So Lonzo's even probably a higher interest now. But like I said, you got to go get some shooting, man. You know what I mean? We can't. This Bulls team they got right now is still got a lot of questions. I mean, they almost made the playoffs, but you got to go get some shooters to surround Lonzo and Lavine so you can actually have a competitive team in the East, bro. Because man, this could be a great team. Vucevic, Zoe. Intellectually, bro, I fuck with your channel, bro. For real.
right. Shout out Intellectually Honest.
Yeah, man, I fuck with your channel hard, man.
Well,
You,
hey,
Ball
man, everybody
Facts,
go check out. Yeah, definitely.
Flight.
Niggas on the come up.
Yeah, man. But like I say, yeah, this shit is this. Yeah, I'm like I'm gonna be honest. I'm 90% sure Lonzo's going to Chicago, man.
I'll tell you
For
what,
real.
I think it's 50-50. I'm going 50-50 with him in New
50.
York. I mean, Julius need to start calling. I hope he ain't
Yeah,
depressed. He need to
niggas
start
got to
making some
start
calls because
because
Lonzo and Zach is talking.
it's almost July, man. You know this shit is coming up, so
They talking.
they're
I
talking.
think
And we
they've been
know,
communicating because what are they
yeah,
playing games and shit?
we know,
They've
we
been
know.
challenging each other to some contests. Like where that
Facts.
came from?
Look, I can't. Hey, man, I just can't wait till Lonzo goes to the Bulls, man, bro. It's gonna be
Yeah,
the best year.
you don't just randomly wake up and say, "Hey, I just want to challenge this motherfucker over here." Like, you obviously have a relationship, a connection, or have been speaking. Especially going online publicly. I'm pretty sure that was kind of arranged.
Facts.
So this definitely seemed a little fishy, and I doubt that was all they was talking about. Like you said, this ain't no game, man. People trying to get
Yeah,
back. The Bulls trying to score. They just got Vucevic. I just think they're getting kind of offensive happy, getting Lonzo his defense. But Vuce is a center. They need to get a nice little, like a good power forward or something. They need to
yeah.
get some defense in this roster. Since you got
I'm
Vuce,
saying
you need to go get Porzingis or some shit like that. Go get.
facts.
I'm just
Saying let's
saying.
make shit happen. Let's not try and be no mediocre team. Let's try.
It's
I want
not.
to see
Yeah.
Lonzo in a Eastern Conference final, man. Like for real.
Yeah, you need
I want to
the
see him
Bulls
win.
need another piece if they get Lonzo.
I
They're
want
not
to see like
They're not believe. They like a. I keep saying the DeMar DeRozan because he's a two-way player.
I'm not mad at that,
He
bro.
don't got to hit the threes.
That's a very
Zach
decent.
hitting threes. Bruce hitting threes. They need to get a nice little
But
nice little.
we not in the West. We not in the competitive ass West. So I mean, we
Yeah,
gotta do something with that.
yeah. I think Porzingis is good. Put him next to Vucevic. That'd be crazy.
Porzingis, Lonzo,
Yeah,
Lavine, Vucevic. Oh
yeah.
my
The night, night,
god.
night. So now I believe. Now I'm gonna believe John Collins. They ain't got enough money for all this.
Yeah,
Look up
man.
John Collins. John Collins, can you see his?
Exactly.
He gonna get the bag too. They
Oh
ain't
shit,
got money like that. It's gonna be
man.
one or the other. It's gonna be one or the other. I think they're prioritizing Lonzo though. They
Yeah,
already got Roos. They don't need him.
Collins.
Yeah, they got Roos. He do the same thing, but better.
Better. Facts.
Yeah, he hit threes. He do all that shit. Roos nice.
It was
He
nice.
better than Julius,
That's
especially
my
after what I
point,
just
bro.
seen.
I think Voos is me. My problem. That man is 32, man. So it's like by the time Lonzo's like even like how old is Lonzo? 23,
Yeah,
like 26 was when you start getting closer to your prime.
right.
That nigga's gonna be old as shit, man. So that's what I'm saying. The Bulls, y'all got to know what y'all doing with this team, man. Y'all can't be trying to no veterans. Go, all right, you could get one veteran, but don't try and like veteran this team up. Go get some young hoopers, bro. Guys who can
Yeah.
shoot. There's a lot of free agents, and there's a lot.
Yeah.
Go get the draft.
Yeah.
Get the right picks. Try and build a future here, man. Lonzo could be here at least 5 years, man.
Yeah,
Please.
they need to definitely add another piece. I think New York should add another piece. Whoever get Lonzo there need to be another piece coming too.
Yeah, man. Because
And
the way the Bulls look right now, that shit ain't cutting it, bro. I'm gonna be real.
nah, Lonzo ain't just gonna fix it all. It'll
He
be
ain't gonna
better.
fix that shit. There's a lot of too
He'll have
much.
it more organized.
You have the
But
team more organized and better,
yeah,
but
my team is just all over the fucking place.
That team, and there's no reason they shouldn't even make the playoffs though. But
Yeah, they consistent team.
that's what I'm saying. You need that point guard that's gonna have everything right. But like I said, bro, Chicago, please, 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 do not be content with what y'all got, man. This shit ain't enough. The East niggas, there's gonna be a lot of draft picks. I guarantee you, Boston's probably gonna try and get somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, the Nets,
Yeah,
they're gonna add somebody. Somebody gonna be stupid enough to go there for cheap.
yeah,
You know how they do. They're gonna get
yeah.
somebody crazy. You're gonna say, how the hell they get them?
Facts.
You gonna watch watching the summer. The Nets go fuck around and get somebody crazy. Somebody gonna go there for $5 million.
Facts.
Well, you gonna be like, hey, what the fuck?
Wait, I'm hearing
It's
like
over.
I'm hearing a lot of I'm hearing a lot of yo fly. I'm hearing a lot of Lonzo to Phoenix though, because people are trying to
I
say Chris
mean,
Paul
lines
ain't
of
going
everywhere. What's going on with Phoenix? What's up?
because people are trying to say Chris Paul ain't resigning, man, because Phoenix ain't going. But I find that hard to believe, especially to what they're doing right now. There's no way
Yeah.
they don't try and find a way to resign
I
Chris.
tell you what, beating Utah ain't gonna be easy.
True.
Utah,
Um,
Utah look like they're ready to go to
hey,
the
Fly,
finals. D Wade, that'll be a good team. They got that. They match up well.
Fly, I don't think they get past that one, bro. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
me
be
neither.
Utah.
Because you
Utah.
got, I think Aiton. I think what's the name is a little better than Aiton right now.
Gobert.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gobert
and
is
I
a
think
defensive.
Donovan Mitchell. I think he playing better than Devin Booker. As crazy as that sounds,
True.
Donovan
Yeah.
Mitchell playing a little bit better than him right now.
Yeah. He got 27 and a half, man. So
Yeah, they Phoenix. They got a good supporting cast, Crowder and all of them. But Utah got a better supporting cast. Utah
you,
just to me is a better team.
I
I
think
think Chris Paul's gonna do his thing. They can go to 6 or 7 in the conference final. Chris
you.
Paul can get washed up, even in Utah. But I think Chris Paul has always beat Utah in the past. But this Utah team is just different.
Yeah,
They playing different.
they
They're gonna be
shoot.
a tough out even for the Nets.
They
But
shoot the
but
ball.
the Nets gonna beat them just off pure just shot making ability. Pause. Like you just ain't gonna be able to stop them. Like these dudes is just, this dude KD could have hit that shot tonight. This dude tried to shoot over 3 people.
Yeah, well, Katie's
Like he
different.
never did that. With side part, Shamit was wide open. He could have just threw it to Shamit. As soon as he caught the
Katie,
ball, Shamit was wide open.
Katie's the best.
He is
Katie's
the best. He the best player in the world right now.
man. It hurts me to say that shit, but yeah, he is right now, man.
Like Kyrie ain't too far away because he could hit
Kyrie
shots
got
like a
locked up today.
motherfucker.
Right? Drew put the clamps on Kyrie today, bro. Kyrie couldn't get nowhere.
Let's see what happens next game. They put the clamps on him because they
Hey,
stuck out of there with this
like I
win.
said, yo, Flight, the Nets are frauds, bro. They're gonna lose
I
that
like
shit in seven.
PJ Tucker. That was a good interaction.
The Nets are gonna lose that in seven, Flight, and I think I think Phoenix have a big chance of losing to two to Denver at home because Denver, look, man, if guys, I don't know what is going on with Denver right now, man. I didn't expect
Yeah.
this much missed 3 pointers. They're a great 3 point shooting team. Michael Porter, bro, he got to step up though, bro. He got to start attacking the rim. Lonzo to Utah in 3 years. Lonzo's not going to Utah, bro. That's not realistic. Lonzo, I told y'all, bro. Lonzo's going to every fan that wants to know where Lonzo's going. Lonzo's going to Chicago, bro. I'm
Or
95.
New York. Or New York. They still got no, like you say, he going to Chicago, but nonetheless, he could go to Chicago, but the Knicks got the most. They have the most cap space out of any team in the league. So these factors mean something. I think Lonzo's looking for some money. You know, but the problem is you got Zach up here interfering with his affairs. Zach's calling, probably harassing Lonzo. Yo, man, come to Dallas, come to Chicago, come to Chicago, come to Chicago. That's how I go. And then before you know it, he's in a fucked up situation in Chicago with Billy Donovan and them dudes. Back in turmoil. This team, Chicago ain't did shit in years. You telling me Chicago gonna get somebody too? I don't even think they're a free agent destination. So let's hope that this is just all chatter between him and Zach, and there's nothing edged in stone. You know, because this would be horrifying if Lonzo Ball came to the Bulls. Yeah, New York, the answer. Yeah, New York is the perfect answer from top to bottom. Pause. They got the best team, the best supporting cast, better defense, potential to have a great offense too, with a defense to complement it. In Chicago, they just gonna run the score up, possibly run the score up. They ain't gonna really stop nobody. Is their offense better than the Hawks with Lonzo and with the team as is? I don't think so. They got a lot of streaky shooters. Kobe White, he on and off again. He one of those dudes that, some of these shooters, they in Chicago, they hit shots sometimes, then they be missing. It's not really, they're not consistent like that in Chicago. Hence the record all the time with Zach there. At some point, you gotta lead your team to the playoffs, Zach. Lonzo and Kawhi to the Knicks. I mean, that'll be that's the home run. The home run is probably a Chris Paul and Kawhi. I think Kawhi is gone. I think he see the writing on the wall. The Clippers ain't it, especially if they get swept. You understand? Let's see what happened in LA. They proven they're not a good LA team. Remember, I told you all of this is resorting back to Lonzo. So when we talking about the Clippers possibly getting swept, that will affect Lonzo. Listen, these next two games up there in LA, if they fuck around and get swept, he's gone. Even in gentlemen's suite, they're gonna have to push this shit to 6 or 7 for it to be a possibility. 7, I think he might stay. But this is crazy. They everybody overreacting. Let's see what happens in game 3. They up 2. They're gonna go up 2-0. Let's see if game 3, because that's what happened today in Milwaukee. Everybody thought Milwaukee was finished. They see that they snuck out of there with a win tonight. Now it gets interesting. Let's see if they win the next one. We got ourselves a series. You understand? Or it could be a gentleman's sweep. KD looked a little upset, so he might come out and just shit on everybody. You understand? So it is what it is. Why the Clippers get Rondo? Yeah, that's horrifying. They thought he was gonna have, they keep going back to the old dogs, man. They think he gonna fuck around and go back to playoff Rondo, but it ain't gonna happen. It's Flight Sports TV. I told you. But listen, man, we about to get up out of there. Hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. Lonzo Ball and Zach Lavine, they done linked up, and it's looking like he may go to the Bulls. But let's hope that's not the case, especially for us repping for New York. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out Flight Sports TV. Everybody hit that like button. If you're a day one Lonzo fan, you better hit that goddamn subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV.